Alright, this is our second day in Vietnam, and today we are going to be heading to the Cu Chi tunnels. But first, let's get some breakfast. Now, if you're gonna get a banh mi for breakfast, I would recommend not doing it here at the Ben Thanh market because they will try to rip you off. Which isn't a huge deal because it's still only $1, but it didn't taste that great either. This is our tour guide Tommy. We found him on TripAdvisor with a company called A Travel Mate. He was a pretty nice guy, but accent was a little thick though.
On 30 April, that's a Liberation Day, a holiday in Vietnam. You know how many people in the city? Nearly 11 million people. Over 7 million motorbikes. We are today a family, happy family, okay? The driver, famous man in Vietnam. His name, James Bond.
Now, a lot of you might remember from one of my earlier videos that I'm not really a fan of tour groups, which is why I wasn't particularly enthused when they decided to take us to this eggshell art factory on our trip to the Cu Chi tunnels. The art here was okay, but the prices were a little bit high. They did tell us that all of the proceeds go to victims of Agent Orange exposure, so Adam actually ended up buying some out of sheer white guilt. So after about an hour and a half of driving, we finally get to the Cu Chi tunnels. Now, before I got here, I knew absolutely nothing about these tunnels, and I actually thought that we would start out walking around in the tunnels, but as it turns out, the entire place is more of a forested outdoor museum dedicated to the Cu Chi tunnels and the people that fought there during the war. The experience of going through the tunnels themselves probably only make up about 20% or less of the entire tour. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to ask you not to judge me here. Not my proudest moment, but what can I say? I'm a tourist.
I live underground, unbelievable, without nothing. Very narrow, very dark, no electricity, no aircon, so very hard to breathe. That's a problem. So they build the air vent here, you see. Bamboo trees go through 3 levels, bring the air from outside. And then they hide the air vent. It's a man-made termite, but look like the real one. So US, they bring German dogs here to smell. They know that. They collect the US clothes and they put here, same smell for dogs, right?
Now, prior to this trip, I wasn't really aware of the extent of booby trapping during the Vietnamese War, but this really brought it home for me.
A stick come up to the armpits. Oh, yeah, all the way down. Oh, stick go everywhere on the body, like BBQ. And here the chair. When they're tired, they see the chair. Oh, lucky, sit down. 1, 2, 10. No more lucky. One step inside and cannot get out. Like the fish come inside, cannot get out.
So apparently during the war, Vietnamese soldiers would take unexploded American bombs and try to open them up for gunpowder. And now what we've all been waiting for, Adam and Peter attempt to crawl through some Viet Cong tunnels. To call these tunnels cramped would be an understatement. The only way we could move forward was to squat down until our butts almost touched the floor and then shuffle forward with our feet.
What are you doing back there?
Oh man, this is no joke. joke.
Now, because this tunnel was renovated for tourism purposes, there were lights about every 10 meters or so, which is a luxury I imagine wasn't afforded to the Viet Cong soldiers.
Ça va et toi? Attention les chevilles. Ah. Mamma mia.
Oh God. You okay?
So by this point in the tunnels, my thighs were really burning, and there wasn't a lot of room to maneuver. My shoulders kept hitting the sides, and down there the ventilation isn't really good, so breathing can become an issue. If you have any degree of claustrophobia, I would highly discourage you from coming to this place. Even within our own group, one of the girls had to leave within the first minute because she just couldn't handle it. I would say overall we were down there for probably a total of about 15 minutes, but it really did feel a lot longer than that just because of the sheer degree of discomfort.
Oh! Oh, my thighs.
Welcome to Cambodia. You ready?
Yes! Wow.
With their lines in there.
Dude, people spend their whole lives down there. That was insane. Man, that was crazy. This is how they live. Can you imagine spending your entire lifetime in the tunnels?
I would need to lose at least a foot. 30 years. Unbelievable.
How's the tapioca?
Not bad.
What does it taste like?
Tastes like sweet victory.
Out of the entire tour, this was probably the only part I wish I could have skipped. And it's not because I don't think the Americans did terrible things during the war. They almost certainly did, but I just didn't need to be bashed over the head with it for 30 minutes with a black and white movie.
Alright, Adam and I are gonna attempt to cross the street.
If you think this looks crazy dangerous, you are absolutely right. In fact, crossing the street is probably one of the most dangerous things you can do in Vietnam. This place is known for its Banh Cuon, which is a type of rice paper roll, and it came highly recommended on their version of Yelp, which is called Foodie. This is definitely one of the top 3 dishes I had in Vietnam. If you come here, definitely get this.
It was really good. That little like crunchy bits on the outside. The rice paper is like very tender. Seasoning's really good. Very good. Don't eat all of them. Oh yeah. We're here at Cheap Eats Barbecue for 199 dong, which is a little under $10. We can barbecue everything that we want. This menu is insane.
Top grade meat.
We got pork here. Oh, we should get some skewers. They got chicken feet. Oh, there's some frog legs. We should get some frog legs.
You had chicken meat, right?
Sure. There's shellfish. Oh, and then there's hot pot too.
This guy definitely spilled shit all over our table.
Alright, we just finished eating at Cheap Eats Barbecue. I don't really know what I was expecting. The cuts of meat were not very good. I guess you can't really expect too much from Cheap Eats.
It's either that or we grossly overcooked.
Yeah, well, I mean, we also did that. Because you don't want to be eating like rare beef in Vietnam. You know what I'm saying? Do you want to get hepatitis A?
No.
Yeah.
No, the lesson is 2 people that can't cook worth a shit should not go to barbecue.
There's a lot of meat stuck in my teeth right now.
Where did I get these spaces in my teeth?
No, I think the meat is so tenacious here that it just gets up in there.
Do you think that's why Vietnamese people have bad teeth?
No, you're a racist. Wow.
This is crazy. So call me, baby. Alright, go put that in the next one.